are at the welcome to Transaction Review Calculator Practice for October. I cannot believe how fast, I say that every month, but really when I start seeing that we already have Halloween and some Thanksgiving and even some Christmas stuff starting to come, it just really blows my mind. So, this is all great. So I want to just jump into it. First, my standard disclaimer, this is my opinion only. You should have your trusted advisors do all your due diligence. I'm just sharing my opinion for educational and comedy purposes. So I just want to share with anyone who doesn't know, we've had some changes, quite a few changes over at the site. If you don't have a No Queen account yet, sign up now. It's free. This is if you go over the website, you'll end up seeing how easy it is to join up, and you can get access to the free media that I have. It's all in one place, so hopefully that'll be helpful to people. You know, just how that works out. This is on the left there, when you first go to noqueen.com, and you can see right there that there's a login piece. So if you're a new or returning person, that's where we're going to find the membership material. There's a free portion of that, and then there's also a paid section of that. So if you become a citizen of the realm, you have access to a whole lot more, and you're part of our inner circle. So just pointing out that. And before I get started in our calculator part, I just want to infuse a few ideas and things. This is Henry Ford, and you know, part of the reason that I feel really strongly about this dance between property and paper, how powerful owner financing and notes are, is because to me, given the current financial system that we have and the way things are, I think you know, owner financing and notes and creating these mom and pop solutions are one of the most important ways. Not only to build personal wealth and then to leave a legacy for the community and do more good in your community, but actually it helps us unplug from a system that I don't think ultimately has our best interest in mind. And Henry Ford obviously has known that for a really long time. He said, "It is well enough that the people of the nation do not understand our banking and monetary system, for if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning." And so basically what he's referring to is really how corrupt the Federal Reserve is. Go back and see how they hijacked us in 1913, and how fractional reserve banking works. Even when we're relatively free and we take advantage of the wonderful opportunities we have in this country, we're still basically debt slaves to this system that's really robbing us dry. 21 trillion disappearing from the federal budget, and nobody's accounting for this. And we got infrastructure that's, you know, crumbling. You know, something is very, very amiss. So to me, you know, this whole dance between property and paper is really important for the freedom that we can create and keeping more money in our communities instead of sending it up the food chain to disappear into the black budget somewhere, right? So anyway, I love this. To me, I like to say, this is my quote: "The wealth vampires on Washington and Wall Street would prefer that you not do anything because it's easier to suck your financial blood when you're docile and distracted." And I think this is really fun. I had this cartoon drawn up that you could see, you know, the TV and the junk food and all the things. You know, it's time for us to wake up, and it's not really fun, but you should start researching. There's lots of books that. Ken, do you remember one of those books? Is it Jekyll Island? I mean, there's a really great article called Financial Tyranny over at David Wilcock's website, and I've got that.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, but there's a lot of well-documented books and treatises on really how we really need to wake up and figure this thing out. I don't know what it's going to take, but we really do need a reset. But until then, until we have an honest financial system, you know, to me, owner financing and notes and these private solutions that we can bring to the marketplace and to each other are really important part of our liberation or the financial revolution, sort of, in a way, you know, without being too extreme. But oh yes, there I have Financial Tyranny by David Wilcock there. So, all right, so that's enough about that, just to get a little bit of my philosophy out there and how important I think it is on a multiplicity of levels. I just wanted to share this, this daisy chain deal. This is one super fun deal that I did where there was 3 different parcels, 3 different sets of buyers and sellers, and nobody could move because the bank financing wasn't available. And so this deal got brought to me by someone who's out there pounding the pavement. He brings me probably a handful of deals a year. And he said, Don, I got this situation. What do you think we can do? And so we figured out what was needed to make these deals work. And then I reverse engineered the note so that we could, instead of having 3 properties not getting sold, that we could have, with a little bit of that magic of owner financing and notes, we could get 3 properties sold instead of them sitting there waiting for the banks to say yes on something, right? So on the left, and plus, just so you know, I was coordinating with the sellers and the buyers, attorneys and title companies and things like that. So basically, I was sort of a consultant, but I came in as a principal to buy pieces of these notes, the front end partials. So now, so if you can see that on the left, all right. So basically, here we have this, and you can see here's another one of my little pictures about the note queen is like, yes, and we can get these things done. It's just really so fun. So, all right. So the first deal was, this is a property, several acres. I can't remember, maybe 4 or 5 acres right there. The sales price was $275, and the buyer had good credit but couldn't qualify. I think she had some debt to income ratio things that she was working out, but she had good credit and she was on the lam for it. And her cash down payment was a little bit light. She only had $20,000, which is less than 10% cash, but she had a 5-acre parcel worth $25,000 that she had just picked up a couple months previously, and it so happens that 5-acre parcel was very valuable and worth something to the seller because it was contiguous to their new property that they wanted to buy. So basically, the seller said, "Okay, we will count that 5 acres worth $25,000 as part of your down payment." So here we have $20,000 cash down payment plus $25,000 property that they threw in. So you can see that, a lot of times you don't always need all cash, and the exchangers in real estate, they know this. A lot of times they'll put tons of deals without cash ever really changing hands. So it's more about trade and value and exchange of that nature. So they had $45,000 down divided by the purchase price of $275. That was a 16% down, and so that was reasonable. Always more is better, but if you got at least 10% down on an owner carry, that's great. So basically, that left a $230,000 first. And now these people, you say, well, gosh, why didn't they go out and get hard money? Well, they couldn't have afforded hard money because hard money's too expensive. So to pay the fair market value, they had to have, less than hard money rates and without all the points. So basically, this is how we got the seller their price and the buyer terms that they could live with and work with while they were waiting for the big financing. So this is 7%. Okay, and I'm going to clear out future value. I was doing some other calculations earlier, but here, and it was amortized over 30 years. Okay, and this is terms. So when we know any of these 4, we can calculate for the 5th. So I'm going to press over here and see what's that monthly payment. Her monthly payment